Well, that was fast. People are already coming, I think. Maybe. Looks like it's refreshing. I'm starting to see stuff. Hello, people. Wow, already 12 people. That was fast. Well, it is Saturday, so I guess it's not too surprising. Welcome, people. 45 people. That was so fast. So, this is a new snake. It's 50 people. Wow. 50 people in 39 seconds. This is a male ball python, obviously. It's a yellow belly Mojave. It's from someone that decided it wasn't really right for them, I guess, so they asked if I want to take it. They're actually a subscriber, so I don't know, I doubt they're watching, but they found me through YouTube. So so as you can see, you might be able to tell, he's got lots of stuck shed on him. They just didn't have a great choice for bedding, which I like Aspen, that's what they're using, but I'm going to let him soak. Whoops, sorry. But for ball pythons, it's better if they can have stuff that holds humidity, like I'll use cypress with him. So he's a little tiny baby, born September 15th, 2016. So I'm just going to let him soak for a couple minutes. It's going to be hard to keep him in place. And as he soaks, I can help him get some of that shut off. It's been a few days, and I don't feel like having him have to do it all himself. It's pretty hard to keep him in the water, but he might settle down. How much did you pay? I didn't have to pay anything because someone gave him to me. His name, they named him Monty, which is, I guess, a pretty common name because Monty Python. I don't know if I should keep the name or not, because it's kind of a tradition to change the names, like Franklin, the red ear slider over there. He's getting out of here. His name was originally Spiky, but I changed it. Yeah, I don't know. Do you think I should keep his name, or do you think I should give him a fresh name with his fresh home? It's male. Do you let people know you take rescue animals? I sort of just started, like, it's something I've been wanting to do, and this is my third, I guess, rescue kind of, and then I bought one from a rescue facility. I guess it's more of a rehome and well, he doesn't really need rehab, but Gobi needed a lot of weight added on, and Franklin had plenty of issues. Yeah, I might change it. What is it with ball pythons not liking water? No, he doesn't have any mites. The only issue I can see is stuck shed, and he's probably a tiny bit underweight, and they had some trouble feeding him, but I think I have a mouse size that'll work with him. He's super docile, though. Like, I'm not worried with anything about him. And Sylvester's keeping an eye on him right there. So I've got to keep an eye on him. Where'd you get him? Yeah, for people that's just joining, someone dropped him off with me today. A subscriber actually decided that a ball python wasn't really right for him, so they asked if I would take him. And here he is. I would use newspaper as a baby and switch it to Aspen. Yeah, that could work. I was thinking of using cypress for now because it holds humidity a bit better. I don't really like Aspen for ball pythons. I feel like it's good for things like corn snakes, sand boas, different things like that. Are two of your pythons... I think I might need to put the cover on. Are two of your pythons going to breed? Well, both of my ball pythons are male, so... However, Sunny might breed with another ball python from Ethan from Amazing Animal Adventures, if you know his channel. Live stream notice would be nice. I never know when I live stream though, so just turn those notifications on, because I just live stream like randomly whenever I feel like it. How to convince parents to get a snake. That's difficult. And I get it where it can be difficult. I don't know, I think it's just supplying all the info, making sure you're prepared, have like how you're going to pay for it, if you can afford it, what supplies you need, where you're going to get it. I guess my best guess would just be getting as many details as you can. Yep, for people just joining, he was dropped off today someone didn't, really didn't, I can't talk. They didn't think a ball python was very good for him, so they asked if I would take him. And he's a male yellow belly Mojave ball python. And he is 9, 10, 8 months old, I guess, about. Does he eat frozen? Yeah, they were feeding him frozen, so I haven't tried feeding him yet, but yeah, I think I'll be his permanent home. I don't see why I'd have to rehome him again. His name, they named him Monty, but I don't know if I should change the name or not. And so he's stuck in shed right now, so I'm just giving him a little soak. Once it's soaked for a good little bit, I can start getting the shed off, hopefully. I'm kind of watching him through the camera, so I can pretty much see chat, but there's a lot of messages going through. When did you start taking care of reptiles? Well, I bought my first reptile. Oop, his shed's starting to come off. My first reptile was Sunny, my other ball python. And before then, I would catch different little animals and stuff and keep, but that was in 2013. So I think I'm going to move him over here. It's kind of hard to read chat at the same time with the angle this camera's at. Hold on. Oh, my phone. Let's see. So see, some of this is just already peeling off. It's a bit easier because his scales are so tiny. And I won't force anything. If I feel like anything won't come off easily, then I'll make sure to give him a nice little soak or leave it for another time. What water do you use? This is actually just tap water, but usually I use tap water with Reptisafe. What should I do? I missed your previous message. Oh, I want a snake, but my mom won't let me. I just hopefully mentioned some tips just a minute ago, so you can rewind. So, okay, I'm not really going to be able to see chat because I'm trying to focus. Ooh, isn't that satisfying? Yes, I think I'll switch her out to Cypress. She was on Aspen, or he. I don't know why I'm saying she. What morph? It's a yellow belly Mojave. Have you ever been scared of them? I remember not liking snakes, I guess like everyone else does. That doesn't keep reptiles. Like, I remember, I don't know, at school, if there was a snake, everyone would freak out, and then someone would go over with a shovel or whatever. So there's that kind of thing, but once I actually started seeing them more often, then I almost immediately realized, like, these are actually really cool. I'm getting a leg cramp from the way I'm sitting. I know it is. I need to put it on r/oddly satisfying on Reddit. Any types for a corn snake terrarium when they start shedding? Not exactly sure you're asking, but if they do start shedding and you think they might need some help, you can raise the humidity beforehand, use a substrate that can hold moisture a little bit more. You can cover more parts of the enclosure so the humidity stays in there. Do you like birds? Birds used to be my thing. Like, before reptiles, I was always into birds from like 5 to 9 or 11 maybe, I don't know. But I guess birds aren't too far from reptiles, like, from a scientific standpoint. But birds are still cool. Hello, Ola Carey. What should I feed my tadpoles? I have, actually, let's see. I have these, which I used before. Unfortunately, the tadpoles didn't make it. This was a few years ago. So you can use pellets, or you can just use, like, vegetation. How do you help leopard gecko shed? The easiest way is just to make a, let's stick it back in the water for a minute. Get a little more soak in. Is with a, like a humidity hide. So if you get some sort of plastic Tupperware with an opening for it so the gecko can get in there, and then you just like put paper towel or moss and keep it nice and damp in there, then it'll be humid and he should be able to shed himself, he or she. How many drops of Reptisafe do you use? According to the bottle, it's, actually I don't remember, I calculated it and it's 32 per gallon, and I have a bunch of old gallon jugs that I cleaned. So yeah, I kind of go through a lot. Say my name. Friend made a bet with me. Charlie Bayer? I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry. I just ruined it. Oh, I got water on the screen. 90 people. Wow. Should we bathe snakes? You should really avoid bathing snakes unless you have to, like in this situation. Because if you're wet, or if your snake is like getting wet all the time, there's a good chance it'll develop scale rot, and that's not fun. So baths shouldn't be a normal thing. But some people will say like, oh, any bath that's gonna ruin your snake. But I think it's fine if it's just occasionally if it's required. So a bit more's coming off now. Best advice for a new snake owner? Just join stuff around the internet, different communities and forums, but take everyone's information as a grain of salt, or whatever the saying is, because lots of people are going to say lots of different things. And then, of course, I always ask people questions, and if you have any concerns. But other than that, it's pretty simple. Just enjoy your snake, do what you think you need to do, and you should be all good, usually. Yep, itty bitty snake. For people that are just joining, this guy was dropped off to me this morning from a subscriber that was someone that found me through my channel, and they had a snake that they weren't really too fond of keeping anymore, so he's here now. And he's a yellow belly Mojave male ball python. And he's just stuck in shed because they didn't have a great bedding, so I'm just giving him a soak. Slowly peeling this shed off to reveal those nice hot colors. Should I get a ball or king snake? I would choose ball python, but both are good choices. Where do you live? I live in North Carolina. I'm like sort of half looking at chat. I'm trying to focus so I don't mess anything up or hurt them. Also, I think one of the eye caps is still on. Let me check. Yeah, the left eye cap is still on. I'm going to be honest, I've never removed an eye cap manually, but I don't think it's too difficult. Just going to take a little paper towel. And see how... He's a little bit head shy, but he's kind of okay. I keep getting super close to the microphone, so sorry. How do you tell your snake's gender? Well, if it's an adult, you can usually tell from size, because they'll max out at different sizes. Females are about a foot longer. But the two easiest ways are to pop the hemipenes down by the tail. However, I don't know how to do that, and you should get someone that won't hurt the snake to do it. Or you can probe them. There's a piece you can put up the cloaca, and depending on how high up that piece goes, you can tell if it's male or female. But I don't know how to do that either. Hognose or Kenyan sand boa. Wow, that's really difficult. Personally, I would probably get a sand boa, but they're you definitely can't go wrong with either of them. They're both super simple and yeah. How many reptiles do you have? This makes it 9 reptiles and 6 amphibians. And then 3 cats. And one of the cats is right there. Let me move. Wait. That was better right here. Lemon Blast or albino ball. Actually, I'm not sure what a lemon blast looks like. So I don't know. Whichever one appeals to you. What's its name? They named him Monty. I don't know if I'll keep the name, though. Because I usually rename snakes when they come into me. Or rename animals. But I'm also bad at coming up with names. What do you know about those eco enclosures that you don't have to clean and have insects? I'm actually planning on setting up a bioactive for, at least for Sunny, my other ball python. Hopefully for the toads. And then if those go well, I can do the other animals. So it's definitely really cool. And I think it's great to get nice naturalistic setups. Name him Sasuke. Did I say it right? I don't know, maybe. Why is the skin coming off? So snakes, if you don't know, snakes shed just on like a usual schedule, but his shed got stuck because he didn't have enough humidity in the enclosure. So this is just an old layer that hasn't come off yet. It looked pretty bad at first. You can, like, he wasn't in danger or anything. It just didn't look too good. If you go back to the start of the stream, you can see, and now we've got about half of it off so far. Does it hurt for them? If it's too dry or doesn't come off easily, they'll definitely feel it and they can be irritated. So I'm trying to make sure it's all nice and softened and loose so it comes off really easily. What type of snake is that? Yeah, this is a male ball python, and he's a yellow belly Mojave. And someone dropped him off today because they decided that snakes weren't right for him. But I was like, okay, I'll take it. Because how do you pass up a ball python? How long does it take them to shed? Once they start shedding, they can usually finish in like, I don't know, if it's a really good shed, probably like an hour or less. But it might take them a couple days, kind of depends. Let me check his belly. I don't know how the belly is with shed. I don't think there's any shed on the belly. What's the right humidity? For ball pythons, about 50 to 60 is the sweet spot. Do you prefer snakes or lizards? Well, I have 5 snakes and 2 lizards now. There's so many cool lizards, but I don't know. I guess generally I'd have to pick snakes. Can it bite humans? Yeah, they can, but lots of animals can bite people, so they only do if they have to, and that's rare. Unless you don't know what you're doing. Or if you're like me and you mess up while feeding. Let's see. Yeah, you don't even need teeth to bite. Look at blue-tongued skinks. I'd rather get bit by a ball python than a blue-tongued skink, though. Because Olive bit down on my thumb a little bit when I was feeding her a blueberry by hand. It was like my finger was slammed in a door. How old is he? He was born September 15th, 2016, according to the little card they gave me. Does he have an enclosure? Yeah, I can show... Well, you might be able to see it. Right now he's in that little 10-gallon. And it's aspen, which is why he's probably stuck in shed, because aspen can't hold humidity. So I'm going to switch that out with cypress. There are a lot of people here. Wow. Whoops. I'm just going to let him sit in here for a couple more minutes to try and get some on his face. He's getting super grumpy. We're doing well. I'll try and finish soon. Oh, I think the previous owner's here. And yeah, no problem. I'm just getting all of his shed off, as you can see, so now I can see those really lovely colors. But he's adjusting really well. He's definitely super active, and everything's all good so far. And let's see what people are saying. Is it hard to clean a snake's shed? If they happen to shed in one piece, it's not hard, you just pick it up. But if it happens to be stuck in shed like this one, this go around, I don't know, it takes patience, but it's not too difficult. So it's getting there. Would you get pet rats? I know they're I'm sure they're super cool, but I'd rather use that space and money for another reptile. How do you afford the reptiles? Well, luckily I've gotten a handful of the animals for free just from people that could no longer care for them or whatever, and I pay for the rest with GoHerping. So partly because you're watching the stream, you're helping me pay for it. Owning a snake is always fun. Otherwise, I wouldn't have so many of them. But they're so unique. You're not gonna see them everywhere. There's so many different kinds. So many different. There's a snake for everyone out there. I see cat paws. He's hanging out. Is it okay to bring a ball python on a walk? I guess so. I don't see why not. You just gotta be super careful with them and make sure it's not freezing outside. Where do you get your mice? Mitch asked. Well, I buy them all in bulk from feedersource.com. I buy about 100 frozen mice at a time. Can they skip a shed? There's not really any skipping sheds, because all shed is just their old skin coming off as they grow. So they might shed like I don't know, if they start growing more slowly, then they're not going to shed as often. It's a yellow belly Mojave. Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm just giving them a quick soak in water, and it's helping me get all of this old shed off, as you can see. It's only a couple days old, but no reason to keep him in it. And then I'll try and get his humidity spot on in his enclosure for the next go around when he sheds. Bites from this python. Yeah, they hurt a little bit. I can't lie about that. Like, it's nowhere near as bad as, I don't know, I'd rather get bit by a couple snakes than that guy over there. Where are you going to keep him? Right now he's in a 10-gallon, so he's all good in there for now. And then I'll probably bump him up to a 20-gallon once I upgrade Sunny, the other ball python. How old is he? He is about 8 months, I think. I know, it's pretty satisfying to watch all the shed peel off. We're doing good. I'm having some difficulty with his left eye cap. I don't know if I can show it to you. It's not really focusing, but there's almost 200 people here. That is kind of overwhelming. I have not bred anything yet, but it'll be pretty cool to in the future. Oh yeah, no problem, Will. Yeah, he's doing all good, like I said. So, no problems, just getting the last little bits of shed off. I'm almost there. Got a little bit of his tail, like 3 inches, 4 inches, and then a tiny bit on his head. And yeah, you got a live reptile room tour, so hopefully you enjoyed seeing everyone. Any names? His name is Monty right now. That was what the previous owners named him. I would love to get a pet tegu, but they need a lot of space and a lot of time and money, so I'm not at the perfect time, or it's not perfect for me to get one right now. What type of snakes do you own? This is my second ball python, and then a corn snake, black rat snake, and Canadian sand boa. Sylvester's getting interested, so gotta keep an eye on him. This water's also cooling down, so I think that's making him slow down a bit too. Do you only have snakes? No, I also have 2 lizards, 6 toads, and currently 3 turtles. But I've only had one for a few days, and I'm going to bring it to a festival and probably release it. And then 3 cats. Let's see what I miss. Where'd you get him and why? So someone, I think he's still in chat maybe, someone that actually watches the channel, had a ball python. They decided it's not perfect for them, so they dropped it off this morning. So yeah, I guess pretty simple answer. Don't release the turtle. Yeah, I'm talking about the snapping turtle. They get big. Like it's completely fine if I keep it. I'm following the regulations and everything, but it takes a lot of food and space. He was feeding frozen before, so hopefully I can get him to stay on that. I'm not too interested in bearded dragons. Because, I mean, lots of different reptiles are super common, but a bearded dragon is kind of the thing everyone owns, so maybe that means I do need one. An iguana would be cool, but that's a huge time commitment. And just money in general, because they need a lot of stuff to stay healthy. Welcome to the stream. We have almost 200 people, which this is definitely the most people I've had on any stream. So anyone that's new here, this is a snake that was dropped off from some people that decided they didn't really want a ball python. So he's here now. He just has some stuck shed. At first it was all the way down his body. As you can see, it's almost all gone. Oh, we passed 200 people. So yeah, I'm just showing you as I get these last little bits off. I also need to do another reptile room for May, I guess, because I have a couple new things. Day geckos are pretty cool. I wouldn't mind one. Is the shed slimy? It's only, well, as soon as they shed it off, it's a little bit damp, but this one's a bit wetter since I've been soaking them. For a bath, how much water would you need? So like I said, you should really only bathe if you have to, but if you do have to, pretty much an amount that covers their whole body, but at the same time, they can easily breathe and get air without any problems. I don't know if I'll make a dedicated video. I guess this is the dedicated video, but I'll definitely include him in the reptile room, of course. How long can you hold a snake before it gets anxious? There's really no like specific time. It's gonna be different for every reptile. Whoop! Sylvester's getting too close for comfort. I might force him out of the room. Go away, Sil. Go. Okay, he's good now. He's far away. Wait, what was the question? Oh yeah, it kind of just depends on the snake. Like if it's a new snake, it might only be okay with 5 minutes at first, but then over time you could virtually keep it out like for hours. I've never gotten the chance to touch a snake. What do they feel like? Well, they're not slimy like most people think. That's just because they're shiny. They're kind of rough, I guess. The babies feel pretty smooth and soft because of their tiny scales. Some snakes will have more rigid scales, so it's kind of pokey. I don't know, you need to get your hands on some sort of snake so you can see for yourself. How do you know what gender it is? There's a couple different ways. The breeder is going to figure it out as soon as they're born. First thing you can do is pop their hemiphenes out, which belong right in there. I'm not exactly sure how. I guess if they are there, I guess it's a male. And you can also probe them. There's a little metal piece you can put down, which I also don't know how to do and would never attempt without like a professional. But depending on how far up the probe goes, it's going to either be a male or female because they have different organs down there. How old does the snake have to be to pop them? I could be wrong about this, but I believe it's best to do it as soon as they're born, because I saw somewhere that it's more dangerous when they're older, but I can't actually say. I have no idea to be sure. Yeah, this is a yellow belly Mojave male ball python. Do you think ball pythons are better fur snakes than corn snakes? I think it depends. Like ball pythons are going to use up more space, and they get bigger, but they're also a lot slower. Like I think ball pythons are better for younger kids, because corn snakes, they're smaller, they're faster, they'll kind of like wrap around you. So I think it depends, but they're both really good. Kenyan sand boas or ball pythons? Well, they're both definitely really good beginner snakes, but I think they're too different to compare. Yeah. Oh yeah, corn snake's a good choice. How much does a ball python bite hurt? It depends how large they are. My almost full-size male, he's bitten me a couple times recently. Like not out of aggression or even defense. He just mixed my hand up with the mouse. But it's like a couple like pricks on your skin. It's really not that big of a deal. Definitely not as big of a deal as people make snake bites to be, assuming they're non-venomous. Use 3 words to describe owning a ball python. That's a pretty good question. Simple, easy, and unique, I guess. I don't know. Those are the first that came to mind. I think those definitely fit. So the shed's almost all good. I think it's all off the end of the tail. I can't look at chat. Let me examine the snake. Tail looks good. There's a little bit right in the middle. Okay. Nope, there's another little bit. That's all good. And yeah, so there's just from the neck well, do snakes have necks? I don't know. From like right there to the tip of his head is the last little bit. I might give him a break for a day. just because I don't want to freak him out too much, but see if we can do any more. Say scrumph, please. I probably shouldn't have said that. There's some underlying meaning that I don't trust you with. Talk about your Kenyan sand boa. What do you want to know? She's growing. She's getting extra thick. And, she's eating like usual. I don't know what to say about her. She's doing all good, but hopefully you'll see everyone in a reptile room video soon. So he's not liking me getting this shed right on the top. Also because he's drying out. Yeah, he's not happy, so... I'm so close. But you don't want to force anything. How much water do you use? Enough to cover their whole body, but at the same time, they should be able to easily get air. I did a video on removing snake shed. It's pretty old, and I'm scrubbing it because I was sort of new at making videos, but the info still applies. Make a video on how to start a YouTube channel. Guess there's not much to it. Well, actually, there's a channel that you should definitely go watch. It's Roberto Blake, and he taught me like a ton of stuff about making videos and marketing and stuff through YouTube, so he's a good place to go. Can you show us his enclosure? Yeah, I'll go ahead and stop for now, and I can bring you up to the enclosure. So right here is just a simple 10-gallon with aspen, which I'm going to replace with cypress, which is in that bag in just a minute. Yeah, everything you need is pretty simple though. Thermostat, or thermometer, I guess. And then water bowl, little plant. I'm not sure if that's UVB or just a usual light. And then a heat mat. Okay, here, I'm gonna stand, well, I'm really close with the shed. My goal is to get the eye cap off and then stop. So if I can do that, it's gonna be hard to read chat at the same time because I gotta focus. I've given people advice on removing eye caps, but I told them like I've never actually done it. But let's see how it, like I'm not gonna hurt him of course, but let's try it out. How's your leopard gecko doing? Goldie's doing good. He's getting pretty fat though, so I gotta watch his food. I don't really highlight Goldie enough. I need to do more with leopard geckos. Okay. So the goal is to just kind of pull it off. Can't even see it. I'm trying, Bubba Boy. It did not come off. Here, let's just get his little snoot part. How do you properly take care of a leopard gecko? I did a full care guide on it. You can go to goherping.com/leopardgeckos to see a written out care guide and a video. Ooh, we got the eye cap. It's coming off. We're doing it. We did it. Cue the door theme song. Alright, well, now my main concern is removed. Let's see his pretty little face now, if it focuses. Yeah, I did a video, or I did a live stream talking about the wheelchair turtle, but unfortunately it had some sort of internal issue going on. Don't know what it was. It wasn't internal bleeding. That would have been way faster, but something happened, and unfortunately she did die, but I guess they can't all end up well, but she was still cute in that wheelchair. So now we're really close. You might as well finish it off right now. And boop, boop, boop. There's like less than an inch of stuck shed left. Actually, there's a little bit on the bottom of her neck. She's super calm though. I would definitely put her back if she was showing any signs of being irritated, but she's all good. Okay, if you're wondering, Will's the previous owner in chat. Wait, I missed your last name, but you can ask him about it. We're so close. So close. Don't question my subscribers' fetishes. No, you probably should. Hello, Ethan. Here, I don't have to DM you on Discord. You can just see the shed progress. Almost all gone. It's a Mojave and a Yellow Belly. Whoever that was. President Beast 0. What does herring mean? I'm guessing you mean herping? And herping is the act of going out and... Whoop, almost there. Whoop, he's grumpy now. I'll give him like 2 more minutes. It's when you go out and... Hold on. It's hard to talk and focus at the same time. Herping is when you go out and find reptiles and amphibians. That's the most simple answer. Derived from the word herp. I don't know what it is. Something in Greek or Latin which means to creep. That's the extent of my knowledge. Wait. Why do snakes stick their tongue out? Well, snakes are deaf and their vision sucks most of the time. So they just rely on scent. They stick their tongue out. They pick up all the little air particles, pull it back in, stick their tongue on a little Jacobson's organ. I think it's near their brain. And then they can like calculate the smell and figure out what's around it. So like he can tell if it's a finger or if it's a mouse or if it's another snake. So I guess it's like a sixth sense. What is your favorite morph of ball python? Honestly, the normal is like really cool. The normal Kenyan sand boa and the normal ball python are 2 of the coolest morphs. Yeah, he looks pretty happy here. I mean, like he was obviously doing just fine before, but he seems to have adjusted just fine without any issues. Of course, I'll give him more time to adjust. And I think you said you fed him Tuesday? Or tried to? I can't remember if you actually said he ate or not. But I'll probably try in maybe tomorrow, because that's my usual snake feeding day. But we'll find out. Have you ever considered... Oh, have you ever used anti-venom? Nope. Luckily, I've never been envenomated. Hopefully, I never will be. Can you do another herping live stream? I feel like those are boring. I think we got all the shed, too. Wait, nope, there's a little bit. Because herping, like, of course I enjoy herping, but it takes forever. It might be a long live stream. Monty, Will said hi. Let's let him read chat. Oh no, I'm doing that. He can see now well, though, with his eye cap removed. What's a garter snake? It's a type of snake. It's a colubrid. Pretty common as a pet and in the wild. I would like a chameleon, but it's not on the top of my list right now. This chat is going so fast. Excuse me, what are you saying about my toes? Actually, I didn't realize they were in the in the shot. How much on average would it be in food every month for a ball python? On average, you're going to feed them 4 times a month. So if you buy in bulk, that might just be like $4, depending on the size. Like, it costs about $5 to feed Sunny every month, which is amazingly low. Depending on what you feed them, though, it can be more or less. And if you buy from Petco, it's going to be more like $15 a month. So I guess we're done here, because there's just a teeny tiny bit of shed left. It's always the hardest up at the top, because that's where they have the loosest skin. He's not flinching or anything, though. Oh, he has some shed on his bottom side. And I'm also, by the way, I'm not squeezing him or anything. He can move if he wants. So it's all good. When will you do another reptile room update? Maybe in a couple days, if you're interested. Does owning a ball python use a lot of energy, electricity? I never really thought about that until recently, until people asked. But really, it's just one light bulb, if you're even using a light bulb, about 12 hours a day. And then the heat mat's going to use a bit more, but no more than just leaving a light on, like maybe equivalent to like 3 lights on half the day. What'd you say? I'm just scrolling up in chat. I've been missing a lot. And thank you, Reptile TV. And thanks for being subbed since 10K. Where do you get your feeder mice? I buy them from feedersource.com. I need to get them to sponsor me, because I've been talking about them a lot. But I saw them at Repticon first, so I bought from them, and I've just been ordering from them since. And I think we're all good now. I can see his really lovely colors now. It's almost like a caramely color, like on top of a normal with a slightly different pattern. Like he's got those cool little stripes that go down. Pretty cool. What's your favorite snake? I don't know. Are ball pythons friendly? They have to be. Like, each individual is going to be different, but they have to be, like, one of the friendliest species. They really just don't care. They'll just sit there. Caramel. Yeah. I guess it is caramel, but I'm too American for that. So, let's... I'm kind of out of stuff to talk about now. It's already been 41 minutes. I'm just getting this last little bit. Alright, I'm going to stop. Let me just get a look. Snakes don't like being upside down, but I need to get a quick look to see how much is left. I might need to go off frame so I can put them above me. Yeah, there's a little bit. There's about an inch left from... not in frame. From like there to there, there's a tiny bit more. I wouldn't mind a snake over 6 feet. That's not too bad. How large do carpet pythons get? I feel like they're about 6 or 7 feet. Eat a cup of calci sand. I don't have calci sand. Why would anyone have calci sand? I could do it to show how stupid calci sand is, because I'll probably end up dying, like the reptiles that are on it. If you can't tell, I don't like sand or calci sand. How do you even know what calci sand is? To Mitch, that is. Is cypress better than aspen? It depends. I think cypress is better for ball pythons because it holds more humidity, but I like using aspen for my Kenyan sand boa, so they're both good. What do you not like about sand? Impaction. I've done 2 or 3 videos on impaction and sand and bad substrates, so you can check those out. What about cocoa fiber? I think it's really good for certain animals. I feel like I mentioned in my leopard gecko care guide, I feel like I said that Eco Earth works, but I shouldn't have, because it's not very good dry, it gets dusty. But if it has any moisture, then it's great. Yes, you can. Snakes are evil. Someone said you can really just see the evil. See how he's strangling me to death with his poison. This is a male ball python. Or wait, are you asking which are better? I don't know. Females are going to be... Actually, I just did a video on that. Females are usually larger and more expensive. Face reveal, please. Maybe at 200,000 subs. Hello again, Melanie. You're in like every stream. You should name it Joe. That's a very random name, but not a bad name. But right now his name is Monty. Try eating live crickets. It'd probably be better than the dead because they don't have that nasty seasoning. I know, Sheila's getting all the guys. That's Ethan's ball python, for anyone that doesn't know. I don't even have crickets. Great idea. What was the great idea? Clobert, what? Rupert. Reptile names are so weird. No offense to anyone's suggestions, but just all names in general are weird for them. Like, yeah. There's not that much to go on, I guess. Hello, I'm Jojo, recently subscribed, and I'm guessing, love this channel. Well, thank you, Jojo. Are you tired of just staring at them? I don't know what else to show you. Let's see. Well, I was going to show you a picture of Sunny as a baby, but I'm using the phone to stream. But if you see, this is about the size Sunny was. Because well, my hand was a bit smaller then because that was 3 years ago, but... Unfortunately, I can't show you any snake nudes because there is nothing to show. Just a cloaca. Who was that? To Josiah. This is Yellow Belly Motley. I'm not sure what snake oil is, so I don't know what it cures. Show the toads? Actually, the toads are right next to me. So I had them in this enclosure, like the 75% water enclosure, because I was hoping they would breed. But my best guess is because it got super cold all of a sudden and kind of ruined their mating mojo. So I think I have to give up now, and I'm going to put them in what's hopefully going to be a bioactive enclosure. Goodbye, Melanie. I need some water, though. Yellow Belly Mojave. Oh, did I say Motley? I meant Yellow Belly Mojave. I don't know which I said. Wait. Yeah, that's what it is. It's right here. I should just show you that so I stop messing it up. Where'd you get the new snake? So this guy was given to me this morning from some people that decided ball pythons weren't their thing. I think he's still in chat, maybe. But he found me through the YouTube channel, so I was like, okay, I'll take it, because I like ball pythons, and he'll be all good now. And we just got all of the shed off. If you saw, you can there's my feet again. Rewind like 50 minutes, and you can see all of his before shed, and then see what we did. But I think that's all I can get off. There's just a teeny tiny bit left. His eye caps are off, which are my main concern, but those are all good now. And yeah, we're all good. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap his substrate out. Oh, actually, well, here, I don't want to, never mind. I'll go back to that. I need somewhere to put him. Let me just, let's see, where should I put him? I don't know. Let me just put him in here for a sec. Let's get the tripod going so that you can see. So 1 second. Alex, Animal Liam said. What is it, Animal Liam? Okay, I'm almost there. You are just staring at a wall. Have fun cleaning the gutters. Maybe you'll find some snakes up there. How long till Sunny meets Monty? I guess they sort of already met. They can kind of see each other. There he is. Okay, so let me see here. I'll be right back. I don't know if you heard that water splash, but it was shed water. calci sand is just so gross. Calci sand is a sin, just don't even talk about it. Put Sunny and Monty together. That's not that great of an idea, especially since Sunny's probably like 10 times his size. So I need something to put Monty in. Let's see. And I'm not gonna put him with Sunny. Here, I have a small enclosure. I'll be right back again. Okay. I have just a small container right below me, just to put them in temporarily while we get a substrate that I prefer for ball pythons. And away we go. So I'm definitely going to keep the cypress, because cypress is a good choice for some animals. Did I miss something? Good beginner snakes. Ball python, corn snake, Kenyan sand boa, king snake, milk snake. You've got lots of choices. Maybe hognose. So let's see if I can do this without spilling it everywhere. And this is just the aspen bag from ZooMed. And there's another piece of, what's it called? Reptile carpet. But I have this thermostat probe, so I shouldn't need that. Sorry, I can't really see chat right now. Hello, Will. Can you, wait. What's easier, corn snake or bearded dragon? I would say snakes in general are easier. So they're both great beginners, but corn snake's definitely easier overall. They just need 1 feeding a week, 1 poop clean a week, a couple water cleans a week, and then of course the correct setup and everything. The bearded dragons need more space, more food, more poop. Corn snakes are a little fast to hand. Yeah, ball pythons are a lot slower. And we've got a little urate. Good color. Always good to check your urates to make sure it's not dehydrated. I don't know why I just threw it on the floor. This is why my floor's so dirty. Do a giveaway. I'm hoping to do some more giveaways. My favorite giveaways are the ones where I don't have to spend money, just because I don't have that much. Only enough for the reptiles and a bit of camera stuff, but if you know of any companies that might send me some stuff for a giveaway, then make sure to let them know about me, or let me know about them. Yeah, I did the last one. The last giveaway I did was an international giveaway, and I had no idea how much international shipping was, so I'll probably have to do digital ones from now on. Just like, well, no, I could send maybe like posters, because I'm gonna have posters soon, and those aren't very expensive to ship. Okay, now we can just wipe this out. It's fine if there's a little bit left. We are getting there. How can I donate to you? Well, if you're so inclined, you might be able to see a $sign beneath chat or next to chat. If you hit that $sign, you can always send a super chat where your your message is pinned, and you can donate however much money you want. And I usually put that money towards either the reptiles or the channel. When do you usually feed your Kenyan sandbow and what size? Which is which is bigger, Hopper or Fuzzy? I always forget. Whichever one's bigger is what she's eating. And I feed her once a week. Alex, mod me so I can actually do something unlike Andrew. Can I mod from the... I can't click anyone. What's that, peeping? There's birds outside. Okay, now, let me back us up a bit. Let's turn us around. Whoa, face reveal. I'm gonna use some of this. So I think there's too much. I'm gonna get another container or another bag. Hold on, let me go get another bag. That stuff is dusty when it's not wet, just a little bit. There are still 200 people here. I still remember when none of my videos could even get 200 views. So I'm gonna put some of this into here and then add some water, and it should be all good. A bit dusty. What are people saying? Why are you asking Arizona Vivariums how much a Kenyan sandbow costs? And I'm just gonna add some water. I am 17. It's a muffin? I don't know what kind of muffins you get. I did not get a haircut. Alex is 12. So what I'm doing is I'm just getting the moisture up in here in the bag. So that's a bit more humid. I do know who Brian is. Let's add a little bit more. A bit more water. Excuse me? How could you tell? Okay, I think that's good. If it's not, we can just do more. Monitors are, well, what kind of, like that kind of monitor, or like a lizard? But both are cool. The lizards are a bit cooler. This chat is crazy. There's a lot of people here. What time is it for everyone? Let me know what time it is where you are. I'm just curious how international we are. Let's see. 3, 4, 3, 5, 23, what's that? 11, 10, my finger's in the way, 2, dang. That's a lot of different times. Well, here, a more interesting question is, what country are you in? Or state? And let's turn you around. Oops. Maryland, Germany, England. Colorado, Poland, Texas, Canada, France, US, UK, Serbia, Romania, Texas, Germany, Utah. I'm not sure what state NM is. Whoa, slow down. Florida, Canada, Iowa, Slovenia, Virginia, Holland, Serbia, Syracuse, Colorado, Illinois, England, California, UK, US, Ohio, NC. Hey, me too. Belgium, Ohio, Wales, Iowa, Ohio, Italy, Louisiana, England, South Carolina, Charleston, Hungary, New Hampshire, Germany, Italy, Houston, Wales, Louisiana, New Mexico. There's so many. Oh, I should know what New Mexico is. That was my state in 3rd grade that I had to study. So now I have this lovely aspen. Looks pretty nice, but it'll be better when it comes to shedding. And it's not quite as dusty. Arizona, NC, England, Norway, UK, North Carolina, South Africa, Jamaica, Michigan, UK, Tennessee, Ohio, Virginia, Scotland, Carolina, New York, California, Oregon, Poland, Rochester? Or is it? I guess that's different from Rochester. Ohio, Connecticut, Sweet out Africa? Is that different from South Africa? Ohio, Arizona. I don't know my. Okay, that's okay. That's a lot of places. So next up, I can just put the stuff back in, and I'm going to use this probe for the temperature thingy, the heat map. I'm going to be honest, I don't even know where a handful of those countries are located. I need to start looking those up. You should get a fidget spinner. I don't have a fidget spinner, but I do have a fidget toy, if that's close enough. Not quite as spicy. Okay. I think we're all good now. I am 5'3". I'm a little baby. Male or female in name. Oh yeah, so I'm sure there's new people here. So what we did is at the start of the stream, you saw... Let's get them out. So this guy named... his name was Monty. Well, still is Monty. And he's a juvenile, well, sort of juvenile, about 8 months old. He's a yellow belly Mojave. I keep saying Motley for some reason. Ball python. And, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, he had some shed stuck on him, so at first we spent about a half hour getting all the shed off. He's looking nice and pretty now. So he's all good now. There's like a teeny tiny bit of shed left, but it's all good. My phone is getting really hot. Battery is already down 28%. And there he goes. I'm from North Carolina. And he looks like he's all good now. I need to check I'm going to check the cool temperature later, because I'm worried that the top lamp is actually too hot. Even though it's not a heat lamp. It's just hot in this room. I like how bad our moderators are here. I'll mod some more people when I'm... what's it called? Wait. How do you... I used to Google this. Okay, anyway. Whoa, chat is going fast. I can't read anything. Okay, anyway, the other thing I was going to show you, there's so many people here, I feel like I need to show more stuff, is... So this guy's not a permanent resident, or maybe girl, I'm not sure. But this is a rat snake. It was in our front yard, so I figured I'd bring it in because I'm about to go to a festival in like 2 weeks. I can't decide if I should bring it or not because I already have a rat snake, as you might know. But yeah, here he is. I was just shooting some pictures of him so I can at least get some more pics. And it is BioBlitz at the Piedmont Wildlife Center in Durham, North Carolina on May 20th. So yeah, I'm just keeping him temporarily. Here comes Sylvester. There he is. Coral snakes are really cool. I would love to find one. But I'd rather get bit by half a dozen copperheads than a coral snake. So, is there anything else you want to see? Because I was going to like end the stream now, but I don't know if there's something else you're interested in. Let's see. It's time to stop, Solo. Let's see. Gobi. Show us all the snakes. Because we can just do a mini reptile room tour. Here, let me unscrew you from the tripod. There's still Bill getting in the way. So, yeah, let's do an overview of the snakes. So, of course, we got Monty in there. We got Gobi in here. It's kind of hard to take stuff out and stream, but compare your new snake compared to the ball python. Well, I just put him back, but I might do that in a minute. Here, I almost kicked that. I thought it was the water. How's the snapping turtle? Yeah, that's an easy one to show. He or she is right in here. Still can't decide what to do about it after the festival, though. Because, like, a snapping turtle is pretty cool. You can't find them captive bred or anything, so I'm tempted to keep it, but they need a lot of space. I take my courses online. Are rat snakes the same as corn snakes? They're both colubrids, and they're found in a lot of... Is it colubrid or colubrid? Or is it just based on your accent? But they're both found in a lot of the same regions, but they're pretty different other than that. Corn snakes don't need special lighting as long as they have some sort of light for like 12 hours a day, then they should be all good. But it's not a bad idea to give them UVB, which actually, she doesn't have UVB yet. It's just it's too bright to show you. It's just normal light bulb, but I'm going to order UVB anyway because I have to get more for Franklin and for the box turtle all the way over there because they only last about 6 months. Show Goldie. Here, Goldie's up really high. I can't actually see. Let's see. Oh, there he is. He's half awake. But I already took him out today. I don't want to disrupt him again just because he's kind of sleeping. Who's Franklin? Franklin is the red ear slider, but I let him walk around and now he's asleep under my bed. So I won't disrupt him, but let's see. What else do we got? So yeah, the toads. How big of an enclosure do you think 6 toads would need? There's 4 in here, 2 in that little plastic thing for now, because they couldn't breed anyway. I feel like a 20-gallon is sufficient, because they kind of just sit in the same place all day. Like, I could do a 40 maybe. Yeah, 40 works. I was 13 when I bought my first reptile. That was Sunny, who's also in a boring setup, which I'm changing soon. Ooh. I keep tripping on my shed water. And, yeah. For 6 use, yeah. It's kind of a lot, so... And, it's weird. I didn't actually... Sorry, Sunny, but... I've had that... See that male toad back there, the darkish one? I've had him for like 5 years or something. Longer than Sunny, but I don't know. I don't really count them. It's not fair. Who/where did you get your corn snake? Gobi was originally with someone who bought him and then didn't want him and just like dumped him on someone else. Then that person didn't want him either, and he didn't get fed for about 3 months, I think. And so they asked if I wanted to take him, so I did, and now he's doing a lot better. Somehow he went from never being handled to being my best educational animal, and he went from eating live to frozen with no problem. Trying to keep reading chat. How do you feed your toads? What I do is I just move them into a little tub like that, and then give them dusted mealworms. And it's pretty simple, because I can't feed them in a water enclosure. What's your... I accidentally clicked away from the app. Sunny is currently the longest, and he's probably going to stay the longest, since Gobi was originally, but then Sunny took him over. Are you going to boot the snake's snoot? Which snoot do I boot? If I boot hers in the enclosure, she'll eat it, or try to eat it. Can I feed popcorn to my corn snake? I'm trying to think. Franklin, who you can't see and I don't feel like finding him, he was on a diet of Cheerios and raw chicken, so I think popcorn would be better than that. So I don't know really what I'm showing you now. But yeah, that's everything I've got for the stream, so if there's any last questions or whatever you want to say or talk about, then we can, but I'll end it in a couple minutes, because my phone's about to go out anyway. No, I don't feed any of the snakes in separate enclosures, and I highly suggest that you don't. And I just recently did a video on that. See if we can get Monty in focus. Focus! Phone video is very difficult. I'm having difficulty here showing you. Here, I'll do it, the lighting's not right. I still gonna, yeah, I have a lot of videos to do. I have like 3 new video ideas, and then I want to do sand boa care. I want to redo ball python and corn snake, because I've learned a lot since making those, and there's lots of info I should add and change. And then I want to do blue tongue skink, and I forgot to turn these lights off. I'll just leave them. And then, yeah, there's a couple others. Yeah, I'm going to do a room tour, hopefully like today or tomorrow or sometime this week. Might as well. Have you ever used reptmart.com? Oh, I don't think I've heard of that. A sand boa is a great beginner, and I'll talk about them soon, hopefully. Hopefully I'll record some stuff today. How many total reptiles? It's 1, 2, 3, well, including all the ones that I'm not keeping permanently, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 reptiles, 6 amphibians. But I'm definitely not keeping this rat snake, and then I don't know about the turtle yet. That turtle. Oh wait, I forgot the other box turtle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 11. How do you know when a leopard gecko shows their gender? So the easiest way is if you look at like in between their tail and body. Once they're big enough, if you see some round, large bulges, I guess, it's a male. And then otherwise it's usually going to be a female. It can be a bit hard to tell though, depending on how old they are. What is this? Came here to see some killer snakes. If you go back to the start of the stream, yeah, that part kind of already ended. But I talked about the new ball python, and we removed all the shed together without any of your help. How'd you meet Ethan? I don't know if we mentioned this, but we were already watching each other's channels for like a few months, and then I walked in to get some frozen yogurt, and Ethan was already there getting some, and then I was like, Well, no, then he saw me and came over, and it was super weird because that was the first time I met someone online or met someone in person from the interwebs. You should get some frogs. I don't know, I'm more into reptiles, but frogs are cool. Okay, well, I think I'll finish it off now because I need some water after all this talking. My phone is going out in like 5 minutes, and we did everything I wanted to talk about. How old, oh yeah, so if you don't feel like watching the start of the stream, I'll just give a summary. This is Monty. He was dropped off to me this morning from someone that decided they didn't really want a ball python anymore, so here he is. His enclosure was pretty good. They were doing completely fine, caring for him and everything, but he did get stuck in shed. They were using aspen, which I switched out with cypress, so it's a bit more humid. And then we took all the shed off. You can see it all in there. And that's it. So I'm going to end the stream off right there. But thanks for tuning into the stream and sticking around. Also, go to twitch.tv/GoHerping because I do about half the streams over there. So if you want to see more streams with fewer people actually, which is sometimes nice when you can actually keep up with chat. But yeah, that'll be it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you whenever I do something else.